Hey everybody, it's Garrett and Katie back for another Thoughts on Thursday. We have, I don't know if you'll see in front of us, but we have a whole bunch of empty tins to talk about. Mainly because I've been saving them to talk about them, and when everybody else was talking about their year of tobacco and whatever, we were on a emergency hiatus. Well, emergency's not right, but either way.
Keep going.
But we've already cracked into it. This will be my second bowl of it. The Pesse Canoe. We've got the Latakia Flake 20 out. The Oriental Flake was pretty good.
I thought this might be cute, but now it feels absurd.
It does. Just one more.
No.
That.
I want to come up with something to do with them, but that just feels like hoardery.
Well, I've been hoarding them, but I've been hoarding them to talk about them in a video. And unless, I guess, if somebody wants them, you got 2-3 days to shoot me a message. After that, they're going in the trash.
I've been trying to think of a use for them, because, once we're done with this, if I don't come up with a use for them, there's no reason to just keep a pile of tins.
There's a guy who makes clocks out of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm not that guy.
No. One might be cool. I'm not going to make plural.
Well, these
I'm going to hold on to, though.
Yeah. This isn't even all we've smoked, but these are the tins that we've kept where we haven't used either the tin or the packaging for the jars, or where we reordered soon enough to where the tin didn't matter. That kind of thing. 90% of these we have smoked all of it.
What was the restaurant when we were kids that was like resin on the table with a bunch of stuff in it? Like postcards and coins, and every table was like that at this place. I'm pretty sure it was a chain. Just do the tops of the tins in a resin table.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
I don't think I could do that either. It looked cool though.
I don't even know what restaurant you're talking about.
I don't know either. There's stuff on the walls and resin tables. I went often enough to remember it.
I got nothing for you.
I was little. Young in Colorado. If anybody knows.
If it wasn't a high-end steakhouse or McDonald's, I don't know.
It was definitely not a high-end steakhouse.
Most of the time we were at McDonald's and Sonic. And then twice a year we'd go to Morton's Steakhouse. And I would be allowed to order $10 worth of whatever on the menu. So I would get a plate of sauteed wild mushrooms and just eat that, because I'm a glutton and that's a lot of butter.
You had a $10 budget at a steakhouse?
Yeah. It's always on wrestling season, and so my meal had to be small.
That makes sense. That portion, the cutting.
Yeah, I was always
cutting down the weight.
I was the heavyweight that had to cut weight.
That sucks. Why not just go into the ultra heavyweight?
There was no such thing.
Well, that's dumb.
Maximum weight limit was 275 pounds, and I would leave football season at 310 pounds. And by the end of wrestling season, I'd be back to 240 pounds. And then I'd have to, not have to, but then I would bulk back up for football season, because I was defensive tackle. It helps if you got some mass to throw around.
You talked about that before, but I didn't realize it was 50 and 60 pounds.
Yeah, within 2 or 3 months.
That can't be healthy.
It's not. It's done damage, but it's fine. I'm still above ground.
It's fine. It's just your childhood, whatever.
Do you want to talk about this tobacco a little bit?
What about it?
Thoughts, observations, anything?
Well, on to the tin topic we've been on. I really like these tins. The artwork's pretty. They're like beefy Altoid tins. I like how they seal. The tobacco is quite. It's not super moist or anything, but it's definitely not dry. It seals nicely.
Notice if you let it dry, at least here, we're super duper dry. I will beat that dead horse into the ground. It's so dry here compared to other places. I let it dry for the Oriental Flake for a good 2 hours, and then I lit it up, and all the floral essence was gone. So it's just the Oriental and spice.
The floral tones to that were very lovely.
They are. So my thought with bringing out all these tints was we'd go through them from one side to the other and just give a quick, like, what you thought of this, do you remember this, that kind of thing. I understand you're probably not going to remember most of them.
A large chunk. You are the tobacco encyclopedia. I live
Thanks.
life in the moment.
So glad I have purpose.
I live life in the moment.
You hear that, guys? I graduated to be an encyclopedia.
Not everybody has those these days.
You're right. I'm not good enough to be Wikipedia. I have to be printed on homeless people's toilet paper. That's what I see most people using dictionaries for anymore. Just look at how they type.
I have never seen anybody use a dictionary. Where? No.
Well, we're going to start on your side.
Why?
Because when I read from left to right.
So?
You're on the left. When I write from left to right.
We are neither. Well, I guess we're technically reading. We're not writing.
Skip the first row. Skip the first row. Get the first row. It's 110. Come on.
I don't know how to pronounce this one.
Really?
Is it Woe Larson? I don't know.
Weaponized incompetence is aggravating on a level that I don't think you're prepared to go to bed next to.
No one understands more than I. Is it Woe Larson?
How flammable is your hair?
What?
Look at the tin. Is there a period there? There is. Is there a period right there? There is. So how would you pronounce that? Not whoa. It's not whoa.
Delete this.
I'm not
You
going
won't.
to.
You won't. W.O. Larson, 1864. It's so dusty.
Yeah, clean the garbage.
I don't recall this one. Obviously, because I don't remember what it's called.
Crack it open. See if there's still a smell in there. That one was an aromatic.
I'm not trying to be dumb. Ah, looks like it might have a hinge. Smells like nothing.
Mm.
It smells like disappointment.
It was similar to, you're not familiar with disappointment. Not enough to know what it smells like. I know what disappointment smells like.
I don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss. I don't want to know what disappointment smells like either. It's fine.
Smells like an ER or a vet's office.
Similar to what you say?
Captain Black. It was like a fancy version of Captain Black.
Alright.
Next row.
John Cotton's double pressed burley.
You can read.
Sometimes. We'll call it Woe Larson forever now.
Yeah.
Just to see your eye twitch a little.
Latakia.
Oh yeah, that's what I called it.
Yep.
I was trying to remember what I called it. It's like, this is another one of those moments. I am not much of a Burley fan. I don't think I tried this one.
You tried 2 puffs of it.
That's right. You make me try things I don't like anyway.
Yep.
Did you like it?
No.
Well, that's right. This was the one you got on one of your trips. Second trip?
I opened it on when we were dropping Yusuf off in Nebraska.
Oh, I thought it was South Carolina.
I brought it with me to South Carolina. But it just fell flat versus some of the other Burley blends that are out there. It didn't provide that depth of flavor that I was really looking for.
All right, less than 30 seconds on each one. We're going to be here all night. Peterson of Dublin, Irish cask.
Just the cheer captain of the world right now.
I just did math.
30 seconds.
I just did math. 30 seconds or less.
That's all you guys get.
As it stands, if we spend more than that on each tin, we're going to be here for 40 minutes.
Well, honestly, we started with this with my phone at 20%, so we're going to be here for as long as I have charge. That may not be 30 minutes.
All right, then.
Irish cask with semi-aromatic. It was all right once it was a little drier.
I keep wanting to call it Irish cake.
No.
It's cask. Even when we had it around. I want to say I liked that one. It was
Yes,
really
we both
fruity.
did.
Very figgy.
No.
Raisiny. No?
No.
No? Was that the Flake then? I thought one of these was.
So this is Darkfire Kentucky and Latakia.
No, this one. I'm still talking about this one.
You're still talking about the cask?
Yes.
You only had one bowl of it, but that was when I got back from South Carolina that one day before I went down to New Mexico.
Okay. Then maybe it was another one I had in there with those. It was all super fruity. Gosh, Flake.
You don't like it. I like it. I have many tins of it.
Latakia Flake. From Robert McConnell. That is a C, right?
Yeah.
Not a D. Alright. I'm tired.
You're going to say if you liked them or not? Or?
I liked it. It had Latakia in it.
Mm-hmm. I also
Remember
had Darkfire Kentucky.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Did I like that one?
Yeah.
I love that you know these things. I don't have to keep track of what I like. Kringle Flake!
Katie, no likey. I like it.
Not so much. I want to say there was an older version of the Kringle Flake that I didn't mind that we had tried from somebody at Pipe Club. That was a little different. No, like one of the earlier versions.
No.
No. All right, making stuff up then. Peterson Deluxe Navy Rolls. You say stuff now.
Stuff.
You said I can't say the rest of that because someone else has it.
Through the rest of what?
You used to generally say stuff and things. But that's somebody else. Another fun person.
So this is Virginia Perique, spun into coins. There's a couple similar tins throughout here. Got John Cotton's Double Press Kentucky. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I don't have as much stocked up as I wish I did, but I've got plenty. If I miss it, I'll be able to have some.
Another Robert McConnell Scottish Flake. I think
Ruffles,
I like this
come
one.
on. Get up here.
What's it?
Quit being rude.
Come on.
Get up here. Come on. Figure it out.
You fit. There you go. I don't recall
Mom's
like
only given us 30 seconds. She doesn't have time to give you attention. She doesn't even have time to talk about how she thinks about things or what she thinks about them.
All right, well then go ahead and accept that you're not getting through them all on this one. Try to be realistic here.
Next.
You didn't say anything about this one. I did.
Dark Virginia, spicy Kentucky, and a hint of Perique pressed into a flake. It's a very long flake. It's rolled up, like fruit by the foot.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Mac Baron, 7 Seas.
Red.
Red.
I bet you it still smells.
Probably. I know I like this one.
That's why I have a pound of it in a jar.
Oh yeah, because I liked it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it still smells. I can barely open them after they're cracked open.
It does.
It does. It's good stuff. Mac Baron Plum Cake.
You like this one. This is the one with the Latakia.
Oh, the Navy Blend Plum Cake. Was it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember this tin.
Because it's been in a... That one's in a jar.
That might be. Baron Stockton.
Mac Barons Stockton.
Thought I said Mac Baron.
I heard Barons Stockton.
Mac Barons. Stockton.
It's a coin cut, Dark Fire Kentucky. Similar to Newminster's 403 Superior round slices with a different proportion of dark fired, I think.
That font's screwing with my eyeballs.
Seattle Pipe Club's Deception Pass, Northwest style Virginia Perique fusion with a bit of Turkish Orientals.
I know there was a lot of those I did not care for from Seattle Pipe Club. Some of them were pretty good, but not like reach for them again good. Like repeatedly. Like, yeah, okay, I'll smoke it. A couple of these I remember really, really liking last year. This time last year. Before all the other exposure.
The next one you were about to look at was one of those.
Mississippi River.
Oh no, that wasn't one of those. That was one of those where you instantly needed a filter.
Bye-bye.
Need to bleed the gun lighter. This tobacco still needs to dry out.
I overpacked mine.
So next up, Samuel Gallus 1792 Flake. Full strength, dark fired, scented tobacco pressed and sliced into a classic rich flake, and it was enjoyable.
That one was really tasty.
Still smells like it.
Indeed.
Next up is one that Katie has enjoyed. I do not. Yep. This is Samuel Gallus Commonwealth. Samuel Gallus, oldest and best blends of Virginia and Latakia, offering a full-strength classic English smoke.
Englishes have become my go-to.
I was getting these for like $10 a piece. And as soon as I found out Katie liked it in the least, I got a bunch of it.
Aren't you sweet?
Oh, you got to take advantage of the deal. You can't always afford to just wait and see if you like it and pay almost double the price later on.
So we have more of that one?
You do in a jar.
Ooh. I need to find that.
Excuse me. Samuel Galloway's Navy Flake. Now this tin is actually something. It was kind of special. It's the oldest tobacco I've personally purchased and smoked. It's a 2006 tin, and I now know what it tastes like when a tobacco has aged to the point where the flavors stop maturing and they start disappearing. It is still not bad. It's very, very smooth, but it's also very faint. This one's one of Katie's that she enjoys, Samuel Galloway's Fire Dance Flake. A blend of fine Virginias with the flavor of blackberries, brandy, and vanilla, and she likes to mix it with Rustica.
Oh, yeah. We were at Pipe Club. One of the dudes who works there, so wasn't it him who suggested it? Mixing them together?
Finn.
Yes. Very good recommendation. Was it the woolly mammoth I mixed it with? Or a different horse?
No. He had the H.H. MacBaron H.H. Rustica, which we have, but we have it ready rubbed, and he gave you a flake.
It was very good mixed. Good stuff, good stuff. More Seattle Pipe Club, Mississippi River.
Because we had a little bit of all of those.
Oh, yes. And plum pudding from Seattle Pipe Club.
That one you liked quite a lot. Because that was the bourbon barrel aged.
Yes. And Mississippi River.
All right.
Even when we were actively smoking all those, I still mixed them up. Too many rivers and puddings.
Got H.H. Bowl, Kentucky. Did not let Katie try this. I knew she wasn't going to enjoy it.
Thank you.
And it's no longer going to be made, but I will point out that Bowl, Kentucky is a treat if you enjoy Kentucky, Darkfire, Kentucky, in the least. Got our tin of H.H. Burley Flake that we got that was 5 years aged. I actually really enjoyed this, and then shortly thereafter had a fresh tin to compare the 5-year age versus the fresh. And I couldn't tell you which one I liked more. Each one had a different quality to it, but neither one was bad. Not that it matters because we can't get it anymore. But it was very good stuff. This is another one you can't get anymore. But I got a few tins of it stocked away. This is MacBaron's Vanilla Flake. It's a flake cut Virginia.
I like that one a lot.
Virginia and Black Cavendish and an exceptional vanilla flavor. They're not kidding about that. As it ages, that vanilla flavor gets a little softer. I've had some that was older than others. This would be, I think I've tossed 4 tins of this. I've only kept the one we've gone through. Probably one of my favorite aromatics, for sure. It's not very aromatic. The Seven Seas Red is more aromatic. This is pretty much just a sweetened Virginia. But, and the Seven Seas Red is actually on my list of favorite aromatics. This is one everybody should try. It's Peterson's Royal Yacht. If you haven't given it a shot, it is sometimes more expensive than the other Peterson tins. I don't know why. It is a unique smoking experience created by a beautiful blend of yellow and bronze Virginias. This one most of the time, I can enjoy this one without a filter. But it tastes no different to me through a filter, so just to be safe, I smoke it through a filter. But it is a different experience, and there's another Peterson tin somewhere in here that I have a similar experience with, where the more I smoked of it, the more I enjoyed it. It reinforces what a lot of people told us when we started, that you don't want to just have one bowl and decide you don't like it, because sometimes a second or third bowl rewrites that whole story.
I'm enjoying my bowl.
You're just enjoying me talking.
I got it going.
I can't get mine going. So this is one of my first experiences with the Mac Baren Flake presentation in the 3.5 ounce tin. I will miss this. So this was their Navy Flake. It is a just wonderful, wonderful. Still smells like honey. I don't know if it truly is a Navy Flake. Carefully selected Burley, Virginia, and the original Mac Baren Cavendish have been pressed and stored for weeks before cutting into slices. Cutting process secures a slow and cool burning. That's what it says. Secures a slow and cool burning, which gives the ultimate smoking pleasure. So I had to double check that I was competent in reading correctly. But the presentation in this tin is really awesome. When you open it up, you get this little gold square just positioned so perfectly in the round tin, and you open it up, and it's just a really nice opening experience for those of you that care about that. This is a tin that I got as a gift on my first trip to South Carolina, where I met a pipe maker who was running a smoke shop outside of Charleston. That shop, the landlord decided not to let him continue his lease, shut him down, and he was down and out so much from investing into the place that I don't think he's gotten back up on his feet yet as far as restarting the business.
That's unfortunate.
This was a small batch blend from 2023, and he gave me this whole tin after we had only talked for 20 minutes. Continuing a 400-year-old tradition, Royal Twist is a limited edition spun cut blend recipe originating from the 1960s. Whole leaf wrapper encases a core of Virginia's Darkfire, Kentucky, and Perique, spun into ropes and sliced into coins, resulting in a naturally sweet, complex, and spicy smoking experience. I can read. I really did enjoy this. He had me pegged correctly. It was an absolute treat. Do you remember this one? Do you want to talk about this one or that one?
Another Mac Baren vanilla roll cake.
Those are the vanilla coins that you were mixing on our camping trip.
Yeah, those were nice. I like the coins. Just grab a couple. Usually two or three will fit in there.
Usually mix it with this one.
I don't recall this one by name. The Dark Twist.
We got that at Edwards last summer. Right about the time when I got my Morgan Bone Briar cigar.
Okay.
If you remember that.
I do remember that. Things nifty.
Next up, Orlick Golden Slice. Don't hate it. I don't love it. I've heard some tips and tricks to on how to make it more enjoyable one way or the other. It seems to be all personal preference. I didn't enjoy it enough to buy more and try and experiment to that point. But, or the Golden Slice. This is the other Peterson Virginia blend I was talking about. This is Sherlock Holmes. Done a few videos while I was trying to polish this tin off. It's a mixture of an old Irish recipe dating back to 1889, one of the finest tobaccos smoked in the time of Sherlock Holmes. The straight Virginia blend possesses all the natural flavors associated with Premier Virginia tobacco. It has some subtle, when I say spice, people think like peppers, but like baking spice or even some sort of seasoning salt sort of thing going on with the Virginia. It is different. I was sold on it being an aromatic, which is what I expected at the time. But finishing the tin later on, I gained a different understanding of it, and I really came to appreciate it, and now I have several tins of it stocked away. There's another fantastic aromatic, which turns out is made by, or was made by, Mac Baren. This is Holger Dansk Mango and Vanilla. This one was a treat. I only have like 1 or 2 tins of it stuffed away. And we have destroyed the label on the tin.
Whoops.
There's something about Oriental tobacco in there. I don't know. Wherever I got it from, I paid $11. See if it still smells like mango and vanilla.
The mango didn't last very long into the bowl. It was still nice and sweet. A little bit.
Here you go.
I don't know if I remember this one. Cold Blood Red Moon. One of the first ones I absolutely loved. Still like it.
This is one we
put
got.
That back into rotation.
When we got to compare with it.
Oh yes, the Cherry Bomb. Who's that from?
CAO. They're a cigar company primarily.
Paradoxical.
Per Jensen produced that line. Paradoxical, if I recall right, has Rustica. Paradoxical offers burley complemented by the rare Rustica leaf supported by sweet Virginia's. Nutty notes are accented with underlying cocoa characteristics of fine burley tobacco, and the stout Rustica then offers spice and earthy notes, bringing the bold character and flavor and body. At the time when I was trying this tin and really starting to figure out how much I liked it or didn't like it, Katie was figuring out how much she liked Latakia and did not really enjoy her taste of this, I can tell you that. But I found it to be interesting. It was a flavor that you don't get from a lot of the other tobaccos. So if you do find one floating around out there, I know that they still exist. Pick it up. Give it a shot. This was a gift from a fellow at my local pipe club. I've never had the opportunity to buy it again, but it is similar in makeup to a lot of others that are currently available. This is Hearth & Home's Red Eye. It's a Virginia Perique Cavendish spun in a coin, similar to Peterson's Deluxe Navy Rolls and a few others. It was very, very enjoyable. And I appreciate him giving me that. You know what this is?
Gee, I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't remember what's in there, no. But it's funny. I was actually, I pulled out my Missouri Meerschaum, the Bulldog one that we got on our trip. I was thinking about that today. Our awesome trip.
So this is the 150th anniversary blend, which is, to put it short and sweet, which does not do it justice. I would say it's a sweetened English. The best way to put this. We had it on our camping trip. We've had it. We had it on a couple trips, pretty much all summer last summer. It's very enjoyable. Next up, Rattray's Howl of the Wind. And it is a Virginia Perique. It's in a ready rub. It's very enjoyable. There's a lot of Virginia Periques in here. It doesn't rank ultra high. It also doesn't rank ultra low. It's just a dependable, definitely still available Virginia Perique. So this one's one that I don't think Katie enjoyed. It's University Flake from Peterson. I enjoyed it quite a bit. This style of tobacco is allowing the experienced smoker to rub out the flake to the texture preferred. The blend is a mixture of mahogany, brown, and orange Virginia, sun-cured and leaf from India, slowly pressed into cakes of tobacco and then sliced into flakes. It says that it's all Virginias, but honestly, you can get some burley notes out of this one. I'm sure that it's truly not in there, but you can enjoy it all the same. It was very good smoke. I think the Irish Flake is a bit stronger, but University Flake, there's nothing wrong with it. This is one I've enjoyed, and a lot of people I've gotten into the hobby of smoking pipes have enjoyed. This is Sutliff's 1849. It's a Virginia Perique, a special blend that they put out celebrating. It wasn't a specific anniversary. I think this was leading up to. But this celebrates one of the milestones in their history. And this was a tremendous Virginia Perique blend. And I don't know why, but for the longest time, I could not figure out what was supposed to be on the tin art because I was convinced that these orange things on the tin were supposed to be pumpkins. They are not. It's a lady, and it's her dress.
Oh, yeah. I remember
and
that.
I'm a moron. This is HU Sunset. This was actually a gift from Piper Dave, which I greatly appreciated, and I demolished this tin in short order after opening it. It's a very, very solid sweet Virginia flake. Excellent experience the whole way through. And this one. Breaks my heart that I found this after it was discontinued. So this is Crumble Cake number 4. It is the Barrel Age Series Limited Edition tin number 4176 of 4200. Crumble Cake number 4 begins with hot pressing, bold, dark-fired burley tobaccos. Once the burley is intensified via steam, a healthy portion of air-dried and flue-cured Virginia tobaccos are added to brighten the blend. Then the mixture is aged in a bourbon rye barrel for 3 months and then finally pressed and cut into old-fashioned crumble cakes. And it is an absolute treat. And I'm sad it's gone. So next in this stack is my big old tin. How many ounces was this? 7 ounces of Peter Heinrich's Special Curly from 2019. This one, I still have a little bit jarred up. It is another coin cut, Darkfire Kentucky, Virginia Perique sort of thing. Smells like sawdust for some reason. Thought it might still smell like tobacco. But, yeah, I got this one from Mars Cigars. They had it as an old stock. And I like ordering old stock from him because when I went from Mars Cigars, because when I do order it from them, I tend to get very aged tins. And this tobacco was a recommendation from Brody Joe, which I enjoyed enough to go out and buy 4 more tins of it. It's Sutliff's Private Stock Limited Edition Hills of Slain. If I recall correctly, it's a red Virginia, a sweetened red Virginia, semi-aromatic. Just a really nice smoke. Got 4th generation, 1931. Eric Peters blend. And this one was recommended to me by Eric Stokeby. When he came to town most recently, I was asking him, I said, do you have anything with some Kentucky in it and perhaps a Virginia Perique with all 3? That's kind of what I was craving. And he recommended this one to me. And at first, it hit a little soft. But as I continued to smoke it, it grew on me. There were some subtleties there that were enjoyable to let mellow out in the pipe.
Hard time remembering the years. I got one there too. It was another year. Was it 18 something?
1889. Got a tin of Aaronmore Flake. This is another one where people say, if you do this, if you do that, you have a different experience one way or the other. I enjoyed the Aaronmore Flake far more than the Orlick. And in my mind, when I first started smoking, they were all kind of on the same level. These were established names. They had some sort of provenance to them. But this one just really held up long term. I didn't smoke it very much after we did the 100 Days episode with it. And I came back like 6 months later to it, and it was still moist in the tin. And I enjoyed it all the way through, finishing the tin off. Here you go.
Donegal? From Dan Tobacco? I remember the tin, but I don't recall from which point in time.
That's another one from Mars Cigars.
Oh yeah, this one. There's still a tiny little bit in there under the paper. It's very dry. Little quarter of a bowl. Yes, this one was good. What is that topping? I can't place it. I remember this one was really sweet, but not like aromatic sweet. The tobacco was just nice and sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. They swore they could get it again, but I have yet to see it available since that one time. It was a 50 grand tin from Dan Tobacco. It had, I couldn't tell you the actual flavor, but there was a creamy, sweet note to it that isn't in a lot of the other tobaccos. And Dan Tobacco does a fantastic job with their aromatics and whatnot. Honestly, a lot of their tobaccos, they do a really superb job with. Not as good as Mac Baren in my book, but that is no longer an option. Here's another one that's no longer an option. Sutliff Silver Quarter. Finished that one. We did more than a couple videos talking about it. It's another Virginia Perique coin cut Cavendish core, similar to the Red Eye, similar to the Peterson Deluxe Navy rolls. but there wasn't a lot of demand for this one. I don't know why. And it's still on shelves in a lot of places I've been to. And if you guys see it, I would grab it and give it a shot. It's cheaper than the deluxe navy rolls. It's cheaper than most of the ones that are well known. And I mean, it's a Sutliff product. You're not going to get it again. If you can, I'd grab it. If you enjoy those Virginia Perique coins. It's another one Katie doesn't really enjoy. This is Solani aged Burley Flake. If there's not Latakia in it, Katie doesn't want to touch it.
No.
Okay, if there's not Latakia or fruit flavors, Katie doesn't want to touch it.
No. There's lots of Virginias I like.
This is a high-class flake made of white burley, slowly burning with typical taste of licorice, offering a cool smoke, flavoring a hint of chocolate, cutting a flake. Never tasted the hint of chocolate or the licorice. I just got a really semi-sweet burley experience. Sorry, someone's demanding some attention. And it was alright. The next burley flake I'm going to try is Cobblestone's Hiking. I have a tin of that. It is waiting in one of the bins for us to get to. Speaking of Cobblestone's Hiking, this next tin is Cobblestone Chess Queen. The Queen, if I remember right, there's no description on it, is mostly Virginias and differently cured Virginias, similar to the Sherlock Holmes, but it has a different flavor profile, and even Katie enjoyed this one. Had it a few times. Alright, down to the last four. Got it in you? You sure? Got it in you?
Someone keeps giving me the side eye.
So this is Exhausted Rooster. You guys know I recently picked this tin up, and it is gone now. This is a tasty flake of Virginia's dark-fired burley and a dash of Perique, blended especially for the Chicago Pipe Show years. And it was as someone who enjoys burley and Virginia Perique, it was both of those things. It was not disappointing. It scratched that itch real well. And I'm glad I have another tin of it waiting for me. We've got Cornell and Deal's Comfort. This was recommended by Mr. J. Furman. A soothing mixture of Perique, bright Virginias, and a touch of cube cut burley and black Cavendish for a smooth, slow-burning smoke. Find solace in this Perique lover's dream. Now, you can taste the Perique in this one, in my opinion, but the flavor comes across a little different than you would get in your normal Virginia Periques. It's definitely different, but it scratches that same itch as most of the Virginia Periques.
A lot of Virginia Perique on the table.
Yeah, because I finished them. I didn't jar them. This one is not, well, I think this one does have some Perique, but this is one I got recently on my trip to South Carolina, and I was told a bunch of people about it, but Cornell and Deal Evening Rise. Now, the description on this doesn't do it justice. This is an oddball tobacco. Have more than one bowl of it before you judge it, because your second or third bowl, the sweet spots of it will find you. You will get the right pinches of tobacco in your bowl to taste what they intended. It says burley-based blend of Latakia. Sorry, the font is odd. Turkish and a little Virginia, designed to please the palate and repel mosquitoes, unless, of course, they brought their tiny pipes with them. It has an oddball flavor, but it I don't know. I don't have a good descriptor for it. I really don't. It's just an oddball tobacco, but it is absolutely enjoyable. If you can enjoy Orientals, if you can enjoy Latakia, if you can enjoy those base components, and you can see your way through, I'd say 3 to 4 bowls, one of those will just sing. And I think you'll be hooked like I was. Just a guess. I mean, I emptied the tin before I made it home. But I was gone for a month. And this last tin is one that I got on my birthday this year. It's Cornell & Deal's After Hours Flake, the 2021 tin. Yusuf helped me polish some of this off. A whole bunch of people actually had some of this. A night out wasn't complete without a trip into the private club for a Cuba Libre or two. Round out your evening or another time of day with this Virginia Flake, sweetened with caramel and exotic spiced elixir of the islands, dark rum. So caramel and rum is what they use to cure this. And you could smell it, but I never tasted it after it aged. So the next time I have one of these, it's going to be fresh, and I'm going to be able to know how well I like it, aged or not. And that is all. And I have barely gotten to smoke my pipe. I'm sorry. Am I bothering you?
Keep getting the side eye.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, what do you think of this tobacco? Not the ones in the jars, the one in your pipe.
I
You've
like
gotten to smoke more of it than I.
Is it the same Orientals that was in the other one?
One would assume. I do not know.
Because it's very similar. Not quite as floral.
I think they probably use the same components or process to do the casing.
Probably. The flakes feel the same, crumble the same. But it's nice with the little bit of Latakia in there. It's nice and mellow. It's not too strong. I mean, granted, I can start my day off with some proper English or some straight Latakia, but no, it's good. It's got a lot of good flavor in there. I made it about a third of the way into the bowl, and the flavors all round out really well. You get just a little bit of that kind of floral bit like the other one at the very beginning, but it doesn't last as long into the bowl.
Well, that is the 20% Latakia, and we do have the 40. I think we're going to hold off on opening the 40 until the 20's gone.
Good idea. Good idea. Oh, excuse me.
I think that's all for tonight.
And you scoffed when I called you my encyclopedia.
I don't know what you mean.
Remember all of this.
Yes, and I'm